Hey guys, my name is Heather and I'm known as Vessel of Blood on Instagram. I found Wolfe through Beatrice Mariano, who did an awesome makeup tutorial for the first video on this channel, so if you haven't seen that, go check it out. She's really talented. Thank you so much to Wolfe for having me on their channel and for sharing my look. If you'd like to see how to get this look, keep on watching. So to start off, obviously I have nothing on my face. I'm going to start using my foundation, which is the Kat Von D in Light 42. And I'm going to apply that using my Sephora Pro Flawless Airbrush. I love this brush because it makes my foundation look awesome. So for this particular makeup look that I'm doing today, I was really inspired by the Wolfe makeup contest because I've always wanted to own something from Wolfe and I've never been able to buy anything from them, so I thought if I could win a voucher, I could get all the things. So the main style inspiration for this look today was the Wolfe jewelry. I just love how striking and edgy all of their jewelry is, especially against pale skin. The black really pops. So that's what inspired the color scheme for this look today. It's having really pale, flawless skin with that super dark, edgy face paint on top. And if your foundation does not match your natural skin tone, like mine, then be sure to take it down your neck as well so it's not as obvious. And one of the things that I really love about this particular foundation by Kat Von D is how full coverage it is. So even if you have redness, blemishes, it'll cover everything up and you'll still look really flawless. Like for me, I actually did a zombie makeup last night, and I don't know if it's picking up on camera, but there are some red splotches on my neck. So this foundation will cover all of that up. So now that I have my base, I'm going to start adding some contour to the face using my Lunatick Cosmetics contour book. This is the first edition, and I love mixing these two shades for my contour. I'm filming at my boyfriend's house right now, and his cat really wants to come say hello. Hi, you want to say hi to the camera? Everyone say hi to Kitty. You want me to put some makeup on your kitty face? Alright, enough cuteness, back to contouring. Right now I don't have any pets, but if I did, I feel like I would either have a little black pug or a black cat. Those are two of my favorite animals. Isn't that right? Because you're so cute. She's sniffing my feet. She's drinking out of the water that I have for my face paint. Thankfully there's nothing in it yet, but girl, that's not for you. And as for my contour, as you can see, I'm making it very, very bold, but that's because I really like to look pale and dull. I'm going to do a little bit on my forehead as well. Now for the hardest part of the whole tutorial is putting the face paint on top of your foundation. Now I'm using this Wolfe Novelties Essentials collection, but I'm only using the black color. As you can see, it's well loved. Now this particular face paint is water activated, and that means in order to make it work, you have to add water. And it's also very easily removable with water, so you don't have to worry about this never coming off your face. So I'm going to take my bowl of water here that Kitty has just decided to drink, and I'm going to start dipping my brush into it and then dip that into the face paint. And when it comes to face paint, the less water you use, the more pigmented the paint will be. So I'd start off with a little bit of water and then you can always add more, whereas if you have too much, then the paint's not going to be very pigmented and it's not going to look good. So for my design, I was inspired by several of the rings that Wolfe has. So you don't have to follow this particular design, you can take your own inspiration and just do a couple of these, but I'm just going to show you how I did it. So I'm going to start off with a really super thin brush like this. This is just a paintbrush that I got from the art store, and I'm going to start roughly in the middle of my forehead and just draw a line as straight as possible down the middle of my face. This doesn't have to be perfect because you're going to make it bigger later, but you want to get it as much in the center as you can. And just bring that all the way down to your top lip. So one way to help this look be really symmetrical is kind of plan out where you want things to go beforehand. So for me, I know I want to have two lines going up like this. So to make it even, I'm going to pick one point underneath my eyes and make a little dot there, just so I know exactly where I'm going. So I'll make a dot here, and then right across the same place under my other eye, I'll make a dot as well. That way it's kind of like connect the dots. And to further help you with that, you can take a handle of a brush, since they're straight, and just kind of map out where the angle will fit best. So I'll make a little notch there just so I know where to go. And then I'm going to make the cross as well. And the cross is approximately the same length here as it is on the sides. So if you go diagonally, it's going to end right about there. And if you want to be really precise, you can use a ruler, but I'm not that precise. If you put a lot of paint on at first, it's going to be harder when you make a mistake to wipe it off, and it'll take you a lot more time too. So now, as you can see, I've kind of mapped out where all my angles are going to go, and now I can go ahead and connect the dots. Another trick too, if you don't have steady hands, my hands really aren't that steady, so I hold one hand underneath my chin like this, and rest the other on there just to give me a steady base, and then I move my fingers like that instead of trying to freehand it and getting a really wobbly line. Another thing you could do is to use tape. And for this particular face paint as well, I find that it's easier to look straight on at yourself in the mirror because it is an optical illusion and that the lines look straight, but our faces are not flat, so it's a lot harder to paint on a curved surface. If you look at it straight on, it'll look straight, but in actuality it's really curved. See here, I messed up a little bit, so I'm just going to take a paper towel and wipe it away. You can see I put some more foundation there and I'll be good to go. I'm going to try to decide how thick I want my lines to be because that'll help me with deciding further placement, like where I want these lines to end up. So to make things as easy for yourself as possible, I would get a brush that's about the thickness that you want and just kind of dip that right into the face paint and use one long stroke just to get a straight line. Just like that. And don't worry if it's perfect, you can always go in and clean up the edges afterwards. And what really helps when you apply this is having really firm, steady pressure, so press down against your face and drag the brush, and then we'll get a nice clean line like that. Alright, so I'm pretty happy with that. One thing to watch out for though, because this is a water-based paint, if you have cracks and crevices in your face like I do, here you can see it kind of spread out into the cracks under my eyes, but that's okay because I can always cover that up with eyeshadow or wipe it away. Alright, so now I've kind of cleaned up my lines as much as I can right now, and I'm going to move on to the eyes. So I'm going to go in first with this pencil by Lucatick Cosmetics called Tard in the black shade. I'm just going to put that underneath my eyes, and then smudge it out with a really small brush. This will help make the eyes look all smoky and mysterious. And if you don't have a black pencil, you can always just use a black eyeshadow. And speaking of black eyeshadow, now I'm going to take my favorite black eyeshadow called Blackout from House of Beauty, and I'm going to start putting that on the outer corner of my eyes. And I'm going to bring that all the way out here to make it really smoky and dramatic. And one of my favorite things about this particular black eyeshadow is that it's really, really dark, and you don't need a primer in order for it to look good.
Dark as my soul.
Then you're going to take a relatively clean blending brush and just smoke that out. So once that's done, you can go ahead and put some black liner in your waterline as well. I'm using this one from Marc Jacobs. Be sure to make a really attractive face. That's the key. So now what you can do as well, if you don't have any black eyeliner or you want to do something really quick, I'm going to take the black face paint and just draw some eyeliner on my eyeballs just to make them even darker. And now for the lips, I'm going to be using the Lunatick Cosmetics Chimera liquid lipstick in the shade Rapid Decay. Just put that all over my lips. Any really pale, corpsey, nude color will do. And now we're going to draw some of the chin and side of the face details. I'm going to start with the chin. Boop. Boop. And again, taking your wider brush, and just do the same thing that you did before. And then just mirror that arrow shape on the bottom. So now I have a lovely beard. And now I'm going to do the side detail as well. And it's up to you, but I know my hair is going to cover this, so I'm not too worried about making it all the way back to my ear. And now for the final detail on the face, and that is going to be painting a little drop shape on my lower lip and connecting that to this. And there you have it. Now one of my favorite parts of this look are the eyes. These are white zombie contacts from Vamp Fangs Official, and they're some of my favorites because they actually have prescription in them, and I'm blind as a bat, so that's super, super helpful. And now for the finishing touch, I'm going to paint a straight line from my neck all the way down to my chest. So that is it for this tutorial. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, please feel free to message me. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Snapchat, Instagram as well, all under Vessel of Blood. And once again, I am Vessel of Blood. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching. Bye!